Mist, Sensibel, Chef, or Pepperoni pizza? Be careful when you use these words because even though they're really similar, they do not mean the same in English and in German. Hallo, Servus, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In case you're new here, my name is Felicia. I'm originally from Munich, Germany, but I've been living in Cincinnati, Ohio, off and on since 2016. So those of you who are a little familiar with both English and German probably know this. The two languages are actually related. They're both considered Germanic languages and use a lot of words with Latin and Greek origins, which often makes studying vocab in the other language and translating sentences so much easier because a lot of the words are pretty similar. Water is Wasser, document is Dokument, fish is fish, finger is Finger, and so on. In fact, when I don't know the English word for something, I often just go ahead and try to pronounce the German word in an English way and see if people have any clue what I'm referring to, and I'd say about half of the time that actually kind of works. But unfortunately, it's not always that easy because there are also a lot of so-called false friends. So words that make it seem like you can guess their meaning because they look super similar to the English or German word, but they actually have a completely different meaning. There are different types of false friends. Some are words that are spelled the exact same in German and in English, but aren't even related at all, and some are pretty much the same word, but the word is used a little differently in the two languages. And guys, the list of false friends is endless, so for today I picked 17 words that I found relevant, funny, or that I have personally struggled with before.
So, how did you like my roommate?
She was really sympathetic.
I guess, but I mean, did you like her?
Yes. That's what I just said. So the first one on the list is Sympathisch in German and sympathetic in English. Looks and sounds pretty similar, but it doesn't mean the same. Obviously, that's the topic of the video. So Sympathisch in German means likable, and Germans actually use this word all the time, which is why I included this in the list. We often say things like, die Person ist mir sympathisch, which can be translated as, that person seems likable to me. Sympathetic in English can be used in different contexts, but you usually hear it as something similar to empathetic. So in German it would be mitfühlend or verständnisvoll, as in, my friend was very sympathetic when I was sick.
Hey, how are you? Thanks so much for the dinner invite. Here, I brought you a gift. A gift? Wait, did you think we had rats here or something?
This one had to be on the list because it seems to be one of people's favorites when it comes to these false friends. Gift in English is a present, while gift in German is nothing you want to get as a present at all because it's poison.
Oh gosh, your sister seemed super upset after she lost game night yesterday. Yeah, I know. She's always been a pretty sensible person. Wait, no, she really wasn't.
When I think of this one, I can literally still see the big red exclamation mark that I put in my English vocabulary notebook next to this word in like 7th grade, and it really is a tricky one. I sometimes still use it wrong at first when I'm not thinking because it's just too similar. Sensibel in German means sensitive, as in, ich habe sensible Haut, I have sensitive skin. It looks and sounds exactly like the English word sensible though, which means being rational or reasonable. Vernünftig in German. So mixing this up can result in pretty confusing sentences like saying you have sensible skin makes absolutely no sense, but what you can say is, that was a very sensible decision. Das war eine sehr vernünftige Entscheidung.
Hey, I'm about to leave. Should I bring anything to the pregame? Oh no, don't worry about it. We have some champagne for everyone. You're pre-gaming with champagne? Wow, your friends must be rich.
This one is a little different because Champagner in German technically does have the same meaning as champagne in English, But a lot of English speakers actually don't use this word 100% correctly, so in real life it usually doesn't quite mean the same in the two languages. Because champagne actually refers to a sparkling wine that was made in the old province of Champagne in France, and that's exactly how we use the word in Germany. So Champagner in German really only refers to sparkling wine that was made in Champagne, and it's kind of pricey usually, while most Americans use this word as a synonym for just sparkling wine, Sekt in German, no matter where it's from and how expensive it was.
Oh my god, you will never guess what happened to me today. So I went to the sauna and I ran into the one person that you really don't want to run into at the sauna. My chef. Wait, you have your own cook?
Spelled the same, pronounced the same, but when a German refers to their chef, they mean boss or chief. But in English, a chef refers to someone who's a professional cook. We do use the term Chefkoch in German, so the chef cook, the head cook, but if we just say chef, we usually mean boss. This one is one of my favorite false friends ever because I'm sure this word has caused so many wrong food orders in this world. It's not just confusing with German and English, but it's also an Italian false friend. So if you order a pepperoni pizza in Germany, you'll get this, a pizza with hot peppers. If you order a pepperoni pizza in the US, you'll get this, a pizza with a spicy salami topping. In Germany, we usually just have salami pizza instead. And in Italy, if you order a pepperoni pizza, you'll get this, a pizza with bell peppers. Oh, languages are fun. This is one of those that's spelled the exact same but has absolutely no connection when it comes to meaning. Mist in German is basically a more proper word for Scheiße, which I'm sure most of you have heard before. Scheiße means shit or crap, and the German word Mist is pretty much just a synonym. It's used in the context of horse dung, Pferdemist, but also as a more appropriate curse word. Instead of yelling Scheiße when something goes wrong, you'll also hear Germans say Mist. In English, Mist cannot be used as a swear word because it simply means Nebel or Dunst.
So I'm eventually getting a haircut this week. Oh yeah, it's been way too long for me too. Oh, not for me, I just went last week, but I'm not quite satisfied, so I'm eventually gonna go again, but I'm not quite sure.
Eventuell versus eventually. They do look really similar, but when a German uses eventuell, they mean maybe or possibly, as in, ich gehe diese Woche eventuell zum Friseur, I might go to the hair salon this week. I'm possibly gonna go. While eventually in English means schließlich, endlich, or irgendwann, as in, I still haven't been to Disneyland, but I'm gonna go eventually.
Okay, so I wanna know, how do you make one of those amazing Bavarian Radlers? Oh, it's super easy. You just mix beer with lemonade. Ew, doesn't that make the beer all flat?
Limonade in German and lemonade in English is technically the same, but most of the time it's not used the same. When Americans say lemonade, they usually refer to a beverage that is lemon juice mixed with water and sugar. It's on the menu of most restaurants, and if you order a lemonade, you'll usually get their house-made lemonade, which isn't carbonated, by the way. When Germans say Limonade though, or the short form Limo, they usually refer to a lemon-flavored soda like Sprite, or they may even refer to soda beverages in general, like Coke and Fanta, etc. So when a German says Radler is beer mixed with lemonade, it means it's beer mixed with lemon soda, which is carbonated.
I just don't think it makes sense that the education system in Germany is handled on a federal level. I think it would be better to centralize it. Wait, didn't you just say that it's already centralized?
Okay, now we're getting into politics a little. So technically, Föderalismus in German and federalism in English mean the same thing. A mode of government that combines a central government with regional governments in one political system. Both the US and Germany have a federal system. The US consists of 50 states, Germany consists of 16 states, and then there are more regional levels below that. Now, when I first came to the US and talked about politics, this word led to a few misunderstandings in the beginning. Because in German, when I talk about the federal level or someone who supports federalism, I am particularly referring to the regional level of government and the fact that the central government doesn't have the full power. In the US, however, the word is used the other way around. The federal government is the central government in Washington, D.C., and a federalist is someone who supports a strong central government rather than strong regional governments. So yeah, that's just something that's good to know before you jump into political discussions.
So how old is your son now? Oh, he just turned 11. He goes to the Gymnasium now. Wait, are kids in Germany not allowed to exercise until they're 11?
This one is a classic. Gymnasium in Germany is the highest form of secondary school that we have in our school system that gets split into 3 different levels after 5th grade, while in English, a gymnasium is a place for indoor sports and gymnastics, so Turnhalle in German, or a gym also refers to a place with workout equipment, which Germans call Fitnessstudio or also gym, because we use a lot of English words in German.
Wow, this house is amazing! Yes, we really love it. The only downside is that it's poorly isolated. Wait, what do you mean? The next house is super far away.
Okay, this one is really just tricky for Germans because in German we only have one word for something that is 2 different words in English. Isolation, or being isolated in English, refers to what many people have been experiencing during this pandemic, being alone and cut off from other people. While when they talk about a house that has well-sealed walls and windows, that house would be well insulated. In German, we use Isolierung or the adjective isoliert for both of those meanings. Ich fühle mich isoliert, I feel isolated, but also das Haus ist gut isoliert, the house is well insulated. And yes, this one is on the list because I have used this wrong a few times in my life. This one still sometimes messes with my head to this day. Rente in German translates to pension, so what you get after you've retired, and rent in English is what you pay to your landlord every month for your apartment. Miete in German. And it happens to me all the time that when I speak German, I say Rente when I mean to say Miete, and it sounds pretty ridiculous when it's your first language and you accidentally go, well, yeah, groceries are more expensive here in the US, but at least my pension is a lot cheaper than it was in Munich. This one got me when I first came to the US. Someone said that they were feeling pathetic in a certain situation, and I was like, wait, why are you so down then? But then I looked it up and realized that pathetic doesn't mean the same as pathetisch in German. Pathetic means something like erbärmlich, bedauernswert, or lächerlich, while pathetisch in German means being overly impassioned, emotive, or dramatic even. This is another one that I didn't really learn until I moved to the US, because Americans use this a lot in everyday life.
Hey, what's up? How was your day? Yeah, it was decent. So it wasn't very memorable?
Decent in English really just means ganz okay, passabel, or in Ordnung, and it's also often used when referring to a person, as in, that's a decent young man. Das ist ein anständiger junger Mann. Dezent in German, on the other hand, is usually used in the context of unobtrusive or subtle, like a color can be dezent, for example.
Oh my god, did you hear about that brand at Notre Dame? There is a brand called Notre Dame? Are you talking about the football team?
This is another one of those words that look the same but are completely different. Brand in German is actually a fire, while a brand in English is what Germans call Marke. Brand name clothes would be Markenklamotten. And the last one on my list is Hell or Hell. In English, hell means Hölle, while hell in German means bright, light, or pale. So I feel like it's almost the opposite because I personally would associate that more with heaven than with hell. But anyway, there's actually a really funny meme that I posted on my Instagram page the other day. In English, this sentence is pretty clear, I think. It's kind of brutal. Die in hell means stirb in der Hölle, while in German the sentence is as innocent as buying shoes can be. Die in hell means those in a light color. So it would be a sentence that you might say to the salesperson. So this was my list of 17 false friends in English and German. Please let me know in the comments below which of these you've dealt with yourself or what surprised you in my list. And as I said, the list of false friends is endless, so if you have any experiences or stories regarding other false friends, please feel free to share those stories as well. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and gave this video a thumbs up. And in case you haven't seen my other language-related videos, make sure to check those out as well. The video about English words that are used incorrectly in Germany and the one about German words that are used in English. If you want to see more of me, make sure to subscribe to my channel if you're not a subscriber yet for whatever unknown reason, and also activate the bell for notifications, and also check out the story function in the YouTube app. It's like fairly new, I think it's a few months old, and I actually post on there quite a lot. And if you want to, you can also follow me on Instagram and support me on Patreon. So I'll see you there or next time here on YouTube. Tschüss! Missed! There's pepperonis in my salad. They mixed it up. My taste buds are too sensible for that.